Hi, welcome. Now I'll show you how to get a integer part and decimal part of a number separately. Okay, so let's move on to our example. I have a set of numbers. I want the integer and decimal part of these numbers. Okay, so how to get a integer and decimal part of a number? Okay, there is one function there, the truncate function. Trunc function, it will give you the integer part of a number. Okay, so a trunc function is you can see here. I say trunc is a number to an integer by removing the decimal fraction or part of the number. Trunc function can truncate a number into integer, or it can trunc up to 2 decimal parts or 1 decimal or whatever. Okay, so but in our case, to get an integer, we just truncate all the decimal parts, which truncate has 2 arguments. One is the number itself and the number of digits in decimal. How many decimal digits you want to keep it. For this case, we will provide this one as 0. So no argument for the number of digits. That means we don't want any decimal part. Then you just leave this argument 0, or just omit the argument. It will give you only the integer part. Okay, how to do that? Trunc of 55.8. You can see it gives the integer part 55. Similarly, for trunc of the number, okay, which is nothing but 34.2. Trunc, okay, which is 34.2, which is 34. Okay, similarly for 45.9, which is minus 45, only the integer part with a sign, and minus 8.2, integer part with a sign, and is 0, and it removes the decimal part. This is also 0, removes the decimal part. Okay, so it is very interesting that through trunc we will get only the integer part by directly applying the function trunc. But decimal part, we don't have a direct function to get a decimal part. Okay, instead what we can do is we can use a kind of a small simple formula to get the decimal part. Because we know the integer part, we minus the integer part from the actual number, will get a decimal part, right? So how to do that? We have a number minus the integer part of the number, which is nothing but it's already done here, or I will do it here again. Trunc of the same number. So trunc of the same number will give you the integer part of the number. Okay, in this case is 55. If you remove the 55, automatically only the decimal part you will get it. Similarly for this one, it is nothing but the number minus the integer part of the number. Okay, but the integer part of the number is nothing but trunc of that number. Okay, so use the function this way, you will get it, the decimal part of the number. Okay, the number, even though it is minus, the number minus trunc of, okay, trunc of the same number, which this will give the integer part of the number. If you minus it off from the actual number, you will get minus 0.9, which is nothing but the decimal part of the number. Okay, so similarly you can get it for any number. You will get decimal part of the number by removing the integer part of the number. Integer part of the number can be achieved by using the trunc function. So for integer part of the number, you just put a trunc of the number. For the decimal part of the number, you put the number minus trunc of that number. Okay, hope this video is helpful to you to find the integer and decimal part of a number by using some formulas, and this is very useful in our functions and formulas. When we write our own functions and formulas, it is very useful. Please, if you find my videos very useful to you, please subscribe to my channel, and God bless you.